I'm Chesney Dobkins, and this speech is for online public speaking at Lebec Community College. So imagine you're driving down a road and all of a sudden blue and red lights are flashing behind you. You hear the sirens going on. Do you know what to do in that situation? Have you ever been in it before? Just like, how do you react? So many drivers are unsure of what to do during a traffic stop. According to Stanford University, police pull over more than 50,000 drivers a day and more than 20 million drivers per year. During a traffic stop, police go through an 8-step process. Just because someone is being pulled over doesn't mean they're doing something wrong. You know, you might have like a tail light out, or there might be like road work and construction up ahead or something, and they might just be like letting you know. So I'm going to demonstrate what you need, the safety concerns, and the steps of a traffic stop. This is useful because we can all drive, therefore we all have the chance of being pulled over, or you might be in the car with someone else when they get pulled over. So the things you're going to need are a driver's license, which most of us already have, insurance, registration, and a motor vehicle with a valid plate. So like your license plate looks like this. It's on the back of your car. Some states require you to have one in the front, but Kansas doesn't. And this thing will tell you if it's like valid or not. So it says the year at the top, and then the month it says is the month that you need to renew it. And if you don't renew it by the end of that month, then you have a chance of getting a ticket. So this year's color is like teal, so just FYI. But yep. And then some safety concerns that you should always like be aware of are like you don't want to pull over by an intersection, and you don't want to pull over like by construction, because those are just very like dangerous places. There's a lot of movement, and you don't want to be in there. Also, you want to pull over always to the right. You never want to cross traffic, so you always want to pull over to the right, and you want to be past the rumble strips. That way, the cop doesn't have to walk into the lane of traffic. You always want to use your turn signal and your hazards. Your hazard button will look like this, or it might be like a switch or something in your car. But it's going to flash all 4 turn signal lights, so you're going to want to signal first and then turn on hazards when you get over there. Okay, so like once you've noticed that the lights and sirens are going off behind you, you're going to want to turn on your right turn signal, and you're going to want to like slowly merge over into the shoulder of the road. You want to find a safe place. You want it to be preferably lit. If there's not a shoulder, then you want to look for a road nearby that maybe does have one, or you want to just get as far over as you can. Number 3, remain inside your vehicle with plenty of space, like for the officer to, pull in behind you. Remember, there's going to be 2 cars on the side of the road. But remain inside your vehicle with your hands on the steering wheel. You don't want to get out, like they'll come to you. And this is a good time to remind your passengers that they should remain respectful too, and that they should keep their hands in their lap, because the officer doesn't know like if you're reaching for your cell phone or something. They don't know that. They, might think you're reaching for something bad. So you want to keep your hands where they can see them. And don't be scared if it's like nighttime. They might have like a flashlight they're shining in your car. That's for their safety. So like, don't let that freak you out. When you see the officer getting out of their vehicle, you're going to want to roll your window down so they can come up to your window. Again, you're going to want to keep your hands on the wheel. You're going to want to stay calm and like don't get too emotional. Sometimes it's an emotional time, but like try not to get emotional. The officer's going to tell you probably what you're doing wrong or just why they were pulling you over. They might ask you a couple questions, just like answer them and be nice. Step 6, when the officer asks for your license, insurance, registration, and all the stuff like that, you want to make sure you tell them where it's at before you just reach for it, because again, they don't know what you're reaching for. So like you might be like, hey, it's in the glove box. Do you mind if I grab it? And they're going to be like, no, because they need you to have it. So like my insurance looks like this, and it's like they're 2 little cards that you can technically pop out, but they get less lost in my glove box if they're together. So this is like what I hand to them. I just hand them the whole thing because they're going to give it back anyway. And then your registration is going to look something kind of like similar to this. It's going to have papers in it, but just leave the papers in there and hand the officer the whole thing. They'll get what they want. So they're going to take those things back to their vehicle. You're going to just want to remain in your car again. When you hand them off, put your hands on the wheel and just be patient, because they might be radioing it, or they might be putting it into the system, so just be patient for them. When the officer returns, you're going to take your things back. Don't worry about putting them up right away because, again, they don't know what you're doing. So just keep them in your lap or put them in your center cup holders or something, and just wait. And they'll be like, "Oh, you're getting a ticket," or they'll just be like, "Oh, a warning" or something. They'll tell you something, and you just, again, want to just be respectful to them. They're doing their job, so you don't want someone being rude to you at your job, so don't be rude to them at theirs. You're going to want to roll your window back up when they walk back to their car, and then you want them to be inside their vehicle before you pull away. You're going to want to turn your hazards off, turn your left turn signal on, check your blind spots, that's important, and safely and slowly merge back onto the road. So I hope you all understand now the materials needed, the safety concerns, and the process of being pulled over. This is important because, again, we can all be pulled over since we drive. Hopefully we don't, but it could happen. Or you might be in the vehicle with someone else when they get pulled over. So, yeah, I hope you now don't panic if this ever happens to you. Thank you.